Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Coldborough Farm. As you can see, we're on the move. We've got the Ford 5000 on a trailer here, bringing it down to the shop. I have been doing some more sales of crops over the last couple of days, over the last few hours, in the last stream. And today, we're not selling the 5,000 before anybody thinks we are. No, the 5,000 is staying. Today, it's about time I started picking stuff up from the shop, because they've been ringing me and telling me that I've got a lot of junk left there. So, they want me to pick it up. So that's kind of the plan right now. And I also have something else that I want to buy from them. They do have one more, there's I think one or two more things that they have that I want or I need, and we're gonna have a look at getting them. The main thing though is that we need to move the stuff that is currently there. There's a lot of stuff at the shop. Also, I'm going to say right now, out of character, the weights that I bought at the end of the last episode, if you only watch the videos, the weights that I bought crashed the game. Now, I figured out why. There was nothing in the log to tell me why, which was annoying, but I spent a bit of time thinking and a couple of other attempts at doing it, at using those weights. As it turns out, those weights conflict directly with the manual attach mod. Because it's trying to link everything together at once, and it kind of overloads itself. And there is no way of fixing that, so we've got the OEB weights instead, which may cause some other issues, but that's something I'm going to have to deal with. Now, this 5,000, the reason we're bringing this down to the shop is, and we're going to unlock it and open up the trailer a bit. The trailer should now be... it should be okay. Yep, we're good. So the 5,000 is going to actually stay down here for the time being. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to sell the trailer, because this trailer is... it's okay, but it could be better. As for... sends me a message on Steam for some reason. I'm just fixing the Steam overlay so that it doesn't... nuts. That's a known issue where if I tab out, I keep forgetting that I can't tab back in. I have to do something else. There we go. Or if I tab to the Steam overlay, I have to use escape to get out of it, because it likes tabbing to other vehicles for some reason. So what the plan is for right now is the trailer's gonna go like that, and we're going to buy a new trailer. I think the one I want is in MISC. I think that's the one we want. I'm just gonna double check through here. I'm just gonna check all through here to make sure that there is nothing else that I want right now. It would be in tippers if there's another one. No. Come to think of it, there should be one for IT Runner and tippers, maybe? Or is that a mod? Must be a mod. I will eventually probably get the low loader, but right now we're going to get the felling 30-foot trailer, which just has a bit more it's got a small bit more length to it. It's maybe a bit dodgily done. Yeah, it's not the greatest trailer in the world ever, but it does look better. We're also going to buy, in feeding technology, we're going to buy the Kuhn Profile Medium. And there's no more space because we filled up the entire shop. Lovely. We will buy the Coon Profile Medium, but the shop has told me now that I can't buy anything else because of all the junk that I've left lying around. That's perfectly fine. We'll sort that out pretty much now. Can I lock on this? Yes. So let's just put the trailer like that. And how do I do the thingy? Must be back here, maybe? No. Surely there's a way of... No, there must be a way of doing this properly. Am I missing something with this trailer? Or is it just constantly like this? Z, X, B, R, T, Y, L, K, M, M. Oh, is it mouse controlled? No, it's... Okay. Be really nice. Okay, so that... Can I do anything with them? No. Okay. Yeah, this is the first time I've used this trailer. I'm not gone without having such a long way. Yeah, it's the first time I've used that trailer, so minor teething problems. So the first thing we're going to put up on the trailer is going to be the windrower. Just because it's closest to us, we're just gonna... I'm not gonna attach everything fully because it doesn't make sense to do that. Hopefully you can swing around in a tight enough circle so that this isn't going to cause a problem. Looks like we're... just not good enough there. There we go now. So the next issue is lining this all up so that it hops up. Oh dear. The reason I had to put the windrow down is because it has a bit more flexibility with the 3-point when it's down. I was kind of... Do I have the locking turned on? Okay, I'm hoping that stops going down along the trailer. Please stop. We have to use the 5,000 to sort that problem out now. This is exactly why I don't normally use trailers with a locking script. It's because they can cause problems. In fact, I'm gonna just flat out sell that trailer again because it's too problematic. Sell that, yes, okay. And in baling technology, we have the Aguas Tenias platform trailer, which I happen to know is less problematic. You're gonna have to excuse the slight the absolute unrealistic bit there where I had to blast the window out of the way like that. I think it's... Nope, it's in cab is the control for this. And... let's... give a nice narrow set of ramps there, and now we should in theory be able to get everything back up onto the trailer. Except now I gotta blast the windrower one more time just to try and get it turned around so that I can pick it up with the 7,000. Unless I can actually sneak in like this. Oh good lord, I can sneak in like this. And that should attach. Lovely. Raise it up. And again we're gonna reverse the 7,000 up onto the ramps. The joy of the Aguas is that it doesn't have as many problems as the felling 30-footer. The issue I have with it is that it is it's a dolly trailer. I can't see where the ramps actually are. There we go. Next to go up, we'll be bringing the trailed equipment down by itself. Next to go up will be the tether. So we'll just pick that up now. Pick it up. And get the 7,000 spun around. There we go. Nice and slowly now up onto the trailer. There we go. We might just be able to get all this equipment done in one go, which would be genuinely surprising. Next up will be the mower. We won't get it all done in one go because the mower is quite long. And this is going to be the mower we'll use with the 5,000 and the Deutz. Yes, I have to do that. I don't know Polish, but I knew how to lift up the little thingy. The stand. Now I will be making one modification to this mower once you get it down to the farm. And it being at an angle like that may prove problematic. Nope, never mind. It's good. I don't quite know why it's... I've just noticed that it's marked as a vehicle by the game, but that's kind of a separate issue. The tether is now bobbing about. That's kind of negative. And the windrower has gone to a funky angle. That's fine. We'll turn off the 5,000. Hop back into this. Attach the load. Remove the ramps. The mower is still going mental, because everything is now attached. The ramps are put away. So let's get back up to the farm. And we're good to go. Now I have got permission to go at any speed I deem necessary, so we'll just speed up to maximum, because we want to try and get this done as quickly as possible. I got permission from the local constabulary to do this, to be exempted from the speed limits just for today. Looks like everything is still solid back there. I'm looking in the mirror, it looks like it's all still there very nicely. And here's where the problems will arise, is going around all these corners. Nope, it's all solid, lovely. So we can just drive up this side of the road. We've been exempted from pretty much all the laws. right now? Well, all of the road laws. We can't, you know, not allowed to just ram into a vehicle. I would have overtaken that guy, only I knew that I kind of had to be going up this way. So the next job now is to get these 3 items off the trailer. And I get a feeling it's going to be a bit more difficult than I would like. The joy of it is, though, that I've got plenty of fields that I can just run into with the tractor and use them to turn around instead of trying to reverse turn this thing. So let's get the... Yep, that's coming out, and we will shrink the that down like that. Unlock the load. So all 3 items are now free again. We'll leave the tractor running. We're going to hop into the Deutz, and we're literally just going to take them off the trailer for right now. There's no point in putting them away. For now at least. That'll be a job for later on. There we go. With some more up and away. And where can we put it? So I'll just kind of line them up over here. So that's that. Next up is the tether. Which should come up nicely. Hopefully we can attach it from like this. No, why not? Am I too close? Yes, I was too close. That is a good problem to have. I just noticed that I had to press plus once. Nope, minus once. There we go. Just so that I can get the wheels at least somewhat aligned with the the ramps, so it looks more legit. So I'll just put this over here as well. I'm just moving these over here so that there's space to turn and move and do all that kind of stuff with the trailer. And now for the windrower. Which, this is in fact the transport trailer I should have used in the first place. It is just going to go into a field and sit there. Be moved about when it needs to be moved about, but it's going to be our primary equipment transport. I may just put it behind the back of the house there. Or the back of the house, that's where I live. The D80 will probably be retired over there as well at some point. Just as kind of a showpiece tractor. But it's not gonna... I'm not gonna sell it. I don't need the D80 now, so let's turn her off. Get back in here. Fold up the ramps. Which I do like how they end up going in there like that. That is a really nice little addition to this mod. And it is a mod that I've had for a while, I just don't use it much. I normally overlook it because I want more British or Irish style trailer. However, sometimes you have to go with the silliness of a proper European style dolly trailer. So back down to the shop we go to pick up the weights, the seeder and the fertilizer spreader. And hopefully we can fit the 7000 onto the back as well. Because everything else I'm going to be wanting to... Actually, I can buy the other items I wanted now as well. So we wanted the... No, not in baling technology, it's in feeding technology. Want the coon profile. There we go. And we also want, if we can afford it, and that's a minor concern, the Xmark Laser Z bagger. This is going to be our... basically going to be used to just mow the yards. And I would like a smaller trailer for that, but I have to make do with what I can use. What isn't broken in the game, unfortunately. And a lot of the trailers have wonky locking scripts, as it turns out. Which is a real shame. But yeah, the Aguas Teñas trailer works perfectly fine. It's a cool colour as well. It's a colour you don't see much equipment in. We're not indicating because we don't really need to. There's nothing, you know, we're not really having to come to a stop. I say, as we have to slow down to a crawl to get past this guy. And yeah, we'll be grabbing the 7000 again, putting stuff on the trailer, locking it down. Basically the same rigmarole again. And if we can't fit the 7000 on the trailer, that's actually fine. I would like to get the weights, the seeder, the fert spreader, and the mower up though. That's kind of a priority. The mower's appeared in the worst possible position. Okay. I would like to turn this around, so I'm gonna basically jackknife the trailer here. And once it's straightened out, there, that'll do. Let's put the ramps out like that, and we're good. Grab the 7000, and we'll start off with, I think the weights are going to be priority number 1. So there's one here for the 7000, or the 5000 even, and there's one also for the I never actually noticed this, but they actually have, when they spawn in, they've got the that's really nice little touch. They've got the extra weights underneath them, they're resting on it. That's really nice. Say we're gonna pick up the weights first. One of these is gonna be on the 5000 pretty much full time unless it's using some equipment. The other is going to go onto the front of the Massey just so that it's, you know, a couple of 100 kilos heavier, but if we need it to be even heavier again, we can just add some weight to it and it won't have any issues with equipment. And obviously the classic equipment is going to be used on the classic farm. I think I've managed to fall off a ramp there, so I gotta move pretty sharpish. The classic equipment is pretty obviously going to be used on the classic farm. The Hastia seed drill and the Amazon fertilizer spreader, they're going to be used for probably just one field that I nominate as the classics field. And I don't know why I went out that far, because I actually need to be going in this direction to pick the weight up. That was my bad. So if we can get the do I even want to get the 5000 back up to the farm with this load? I don't think I do, because what I can do is get a taxi down here. And I can pick up the SIP Tornado. The Tornado with the 5000, haul it up to the farm, then come back down with the New Holland and grab the the feed mixer. Although if I'm going to make 2 trips with the New Holland to do it, that's also kind of fine. So let's put that down. It's kind of wonked a small bit on the other weight, but that can be ignored. Okay, there we go. That's the 5,000 down. Now it's time to grab the classics equipment. This is going to be our nominated fertilizer spreader for the classics field. Unfortunately, we don't have a small sprayer that we can use, so we'll be spraying that with some modern equipment. We might just be able to get the mower and the 5,000 on. The mower shouldn't be an issue. It's the 5,000 I'm worried about moving. Kind of concerned about how the hell I'm supposed to get this thing back up to the farm. So that can go down like that. And we can very carefully get the 5,000 back down, maybe. I think I've fallen off the ramps. Yes, I have. Oh, quite badly. Inexplicably, it's got 4-wheel drive. Deal with it. And I think I'm just going to finish loading up this trailer, bring it back. I'll bring it up off camera, like properly off camera before the stream tomorrow, and get the rest of the equipment moved up tomorrow as well, and hopefully put away. Huh. That's an issue with the model. The animation actually runs no matter, regardless of whether the wheels are moving or not. So that animation right up on the top here runs regardless of whether or not the wheels on the model are. That's odd. So I'm actually going to have to come out of cab to do this, just so that I don't make too big of a hams of it. Just roll it back gently, and that should do. I've fallen off the ramps again. And now for the fun part. As the 5,000's job is done, it can just roll off like that. Now I think I'm going to have to tighten up the ramps to get the mower up. Oh yes. So the joys of this mower are basically I could get it up forwards. It's probably easier to get it up forwards. I can turn it actually on the trailer and drive off in a forwards direction as well, because this thing has 0 turning circle. So we're up. And now we need to turn around, so let's get this spun around. Oh dear, I think the 0 turning circle may be working against the mower right now. There we go. It's got a 72-inch cutting deck. are about 1.8 meters and essentially zero turning circle. Unfortunately, I forgot it's a bit longer than it is wide, so it's just about fitting up on the trailer, and we're going to be using this thing to mow the grass over at the farm. So let's lock everything in place. That should be it. Attached, and put the ramps away. And while this is happening, I'm going to say thank you all very much for watching. I've been Rainbow Dave, you've been watching Farming Simulator 15 on Coldborough Park Farm. Until next time, stay safe. And Fahy, you lied to me. You said that, oh, there's a minor texture glitch going on in there. Any on the outside? Just out of curiosity. No, but you can see where it's been pasted together. That doesn't look half bad. I'm not gone on the big, huge thing. This SIP Tornado looks quite good as well. It's a surprisingly big hitbox, but there's probably good reasons for it. Yeah, until next time, stay safe, and goodbye.